Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Do you know what time it is? Welcome back to Basic Blues Table Talk, where we talk back. We don't talk to you, we talk with you. This is just an engaging conversation that we aim to inform our viewers about what's going on in our industry related. So, with that, without further ado, let's welcome our Blue Table team.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Nikki Hanna from Tampa, Florida, home of the champs. Welcome to our Blue Table Talk this evening. Buckle up. We got a ride for you tonight.
And I am Marsha Ma'at. I am here in Charleston, South Carolina, your regional educator for North Carolina and South Carolina, Texas, and Oklahoma, and California. And it is my pleasure to be here with you tonight. Get ready.
Well, hello everyone. This is your girl Mitch with Impact Beauty right here in Tampa, Florida. And we are so excited about what's going to go down this evening.
Hi everyone, I'm Edwina Dixon coming to you live from Hotlanta. I am the regional trainer for Ohio, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and Pensacola, Florida. I'm so excited. Can't wait till we get started.
Well, good evening again. I am for Chad Bradley, Regional Educator for Basic Hair Care, but I am your host this evening for our Blue Table Talk. So join in the conversation and please like, share, and start your own live party. Basic Hair Care is always excited to share knowledge and information. So as we close out Women Histories Month, we'd like to have a conversation about strong women and strong hair. Are you a strong woman? Do you have strong hair? Knowledge is definitely power. Viewers, I certainly want you to type in the feed, strong women, strong hair. You can put SWSH, an acronym as we use from time to time. But we're going to get started, and I'm going to start with a did you know? Francis Bacon, a philosopher, quoted, "Knowledge is power." In our industry, it is very important that we know the science behind hair. But not only that, we need to know how to care for hair, how to style and profile hair. But it is equally important that we are knowledgeable about what is taking place in our industry and around us. So, viewers, sit back, relax, but definitely join in the conversation. Viewers, are you familiar with the Crown Act? The Crown Act reflects being discriminated against because of your hairstyle. So, our first topic this evening will be about the Crown Act. Nikki, would you please remind some, because some already know, but inform others about how this affects our culture, but as well as how we can get involved and be the change?
Yes. Thank you, Frenchie. Can you believe that we are still in 2021 having a real conversation about how we wear our hair? And according to the forces that be, our hair is breaking the law in some workplaces, schools, and athletic programs around the country. Thankfully, Dove, along with other nationally known foundations, created the Crown Act in 2019. CROWN is an acronym for Creating a Respectful and Open World for Natural Hair, which is a law that prohibits discrimination based on our hair texture and hairstyle. The Dove's mission is to advance the effort and to end hair discrimination and to create a more equitable and inclusive beauty experience for Black men, women, boys, and girls. Only a few states have passed this law. California was the first. Then we have Colorado, Maryland, New Jersey, which followed after the high school wrestler Andrew Johnson's locks were aggressively cut off. Y'all remember that one?
Yeah.
Then we had New York, Virginia, Connecticut, and Washington. Did I mention your state? So we have 8 down and 42 to go. Is your state recognizing this law? Because if not, you can go to www.thecrownact.com to sign the petition. If you want to take this a step further, Dove has already created a letter to send to your state representative to help make this law a reality for your state. Let's join forces and help create a respectful and open world because we are not our hair. We just posted the link to sign the petition in the chat. So please head over to sign. They are less than 255,000 signatures away from their goal. So let's get together and really make an impact. I signed it. Will you?
Awesome, Nikki. Thank you for that bit of information. And yes, I have signed the petition. I hope that each and every one of our viewers are planning on getting their state representatives involved. And as the Dove Company says, welcome to the color of change. So we must be a part of the change because it affects our culture. So let's keep the conversation going this evening. Unapologetically textured, and it's okay. I'm going to say that again, and I'm going to lean in. Unapologetic textured, and it is okay. It's okay. I have a question, and I want you to type in the chat. So this is food for thought. Does my hair make me intellectually impaired, incapable of doing my job? Does our hair make our children incapable of comprehending what is going on in the classroom and around them? Keep that thought. So I say to you, braids, locks, twists, and knots. Oh, let's not forget about the fro and the silk out. These are styles that we have worn in our culture for many years with pride. And we must continue to do so. And again, I will continue to say, be the change. So, viewers, I ask you to join in, tell us your thoughts and your experiences as this conversation gets very deep. So, now we're going to get right into it. After hearing what Nikki just talked about, it brings me to this thought. What are your clients experiencing when they get what are they telling you that they're experiencing when they get the courage to change their look, change their style, to even wear their natural textures? What are some of the conversations you're having between your clients?
Well, some of the things my clients share with me is, wow, that's different. How do you take care of that? And it's not like a friendly comment. It's one of those, that's weird.
Yes, and I have clients that actually come in and ask me, even if they're wearing their natural textures often, but whenever they go in for a new job interview, they want me to silk their hair out. Or even my guys, they want me to actually cut their locks off because they're afraid of not being accepted as a potential employee because of their hair texture.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
And most people I find too, they're having a comparison conversation. They're always comparing themselves to maybe their girlfriends or maybe their significant other people that's in their family, instead of understanding their texture and understanding how to tame their texture. So they come up with a lot of comparison conversations or comparison pictures that they see or they want to try to emulate.
Yeah, the most unfortunate thing about it is that these corporations, they set criteria based on their own self, because it shouldn't even be an issue about the hair. As long as that person is looking very professional and well groomed, it should not even be a problem. So when you're dealing with clients, I had a client to say, I don't even know if they're going to be ready for that. Ready to see me wearing my textured hair. I don't know how they're going to take that. So it's pretty deep. It's on a whole nother level.
And Weena, I love what you said, that they base the criteria based on how they look, how they do their hair. I'm going to be a little forthcoming because this also happens in our culture. Ordinarily, I would not have worn my natural texture. because I sometimes think, that's not sleek enough for the event. But it's about knowledge and it's about how I dress that up that makes and excels my beauty. So I have to say, we all should be careful, but especially outside of our culture, of what we think about our natural textures, because it sets an example for our children and those that are around us. So this is my other conversation. This is the conversation that they have behind your back, that water cooler conversation that ultimately leads our client back to what Edwina said, afraid to wear their natural textures. They say when they come back, well, I don't think I want to do that style anymore. Not because they didn't like it, but because their experience throughout it, no one acknowledged their beauty in that. It was more of a negative condensation. So tell me what your clients are saying they're hearing around the water cooler.
She must have strong shoulders because that looks heavy.
That's a
Or
good one.
even look, don't forget about the guys. He looking like Jay-Z. How you gonna get all that hair under that hard hat?
Oh my goodness. Yes, and then for instance, with the crochet styles and even some of our two-string twist styles, they are also hearing, oh, do you do that like that every morning? How long does that take? Like, are you going to keep that all week?
And I can say for me, especially wearing it short and sassy, a lot of people are saying I have multiple amount of different products trying to find what is going to make my hair curl like yours or et cetera. So that's the thing that they're talking about is being judged on someone else's texture and saying, I want to find this product, this product, this product in order to make one thing work for them.
You're right about that. That's called hair envy.
Right.
Hair envy because you don't understand your own hair. But it's really a very sad situation, and I would be so glad when we in 2021 we are still having this same conversation. It is really crazy. But yeah, I hate the can I touch it? Like, how do you think that's okay for you to say that? Like, no, you cannot touch my hair.
I was just about to say that, Edwina. And also, and I'll repeat this probably throughout the night. We were raised and taught that our hair was our crown and glory. And to come up and be among conversations that are negative, it's so just the opposite of what we've been taught. So we don't even know how to handle it, let alone our children knowing how to handle it. So it's something that we really need to get involved with and pay close attention to it. So team, with that being said, we have to help our viewers. What styles and products are you suggesting to your client that makes transitioning from their natural textures to maybe a silk out or a different style more readily and easily accessible to them?
Well, of course, our special for this month is our boost system. But I choose our boost system because it's very versatile, because people want to have that versatility when they're wearing their natural hair, but also want to be able to silk out when they get ready. So it's going to help them with their definition and give it some strength. But I also like to use our moisture set meringue because when they want something different but not too far out there, they still want to be able to manage and really have the control. I'll do a twist set with our moisture set meringue, and that helps them to be more manageable.
Yes, and for me, I actually retail my clients one of our leave-in conditioners. So we have two. We have our regular leave-in, which you can use, very much in abundance, and you can use each and every day just to refreshing your curls. And especially like Nikki said, after you take your twist out, you're still going to need to put that residual moisture back in there as well. But we also have mega moisture, and that's what I use on my hair actually this evening. So those are two items that I retail very readily to my clients, so that they can get comfortable in their crown.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with me wearing color, a lot of things that I really like maintaining, of course, is moisture, because when you wear your hair at such a high volume, you like moisture. And a lot of times people don't like to take care of the hair and the scalp. So texture is one of the number one things that I'm telling people to use, because you have to make sure that you oil your scalp to keep it nourished, to keep it flourishing, to keep it growing. And then I use the rapid foam, mix those in together with the natural styling pomade. So, and then I will use a little bit of edgy when I want a little bit more control for the curl patterns. So these are things that I will mix together in order to give me that ultimate, and then finalize it with that HD shine for that amazing shine to put your sunshades on for.
Oh yeah, them shades,
Yeah.
right? Blinding.
Right.
Right, put your shades on.
Okay.
Right.
You know, I will second and third what you all have said, because I love my leave-in conditioner as a freshen up. I love Moisture Set Meringue because it keeps and retains the moisture in my hair, but also leaves me with body. So I love our Moisture Set Meringue. And I also, if I want to do a set with my hair, I can use our Moisture Set Meringue as well. And I am just looking at some of the comments that are coming across the screen. I want the Facebook viewers to know that we're talking about strong women and strong hair, and how you can use and maintain basic hair care products with your natural textures. So listen in, buckle up, and write your comments. So now what we want to do is make this selection easier for our viewers and our end users. So we have some examples of styles with strong women that we, full disclosure, we did not style these strong women. However, we do have experience styling strong women with these styles. So we're going to tell you how you can achieve and maintain these styles with basic hair care products. So you too can achieve these looks with basic hair care products.
Yes, and we have Miss Stacey Abrams here. She is unapologetically natural with her lovely twist out. So, upon her coming in the salon, I would determine whether or not it would be one of these two systems I would use on her. If she needed a little bit more strength, then we would use our Boost system, which is composed of a sulfate-free shampoo and our Rapid Restoration conditioner and our Boost treatment system. And we will also use our leave-in along with that as well. But if she needed a little bit more hydration and moisture to her hair, then we would use our Hydrolock. So we would use our sulfate-free shampoo or moisturizing shampoo in that system, along with our humectant conditioner. And again, we would use our leave-in. We also have our cuticle blending lotion that we could retail and send home to her, but we could also put that on her hair. That is going to add an abundance of moisture into her hair, and also is light enough for her to use every day. We would also twist her hair with our Moisture Set Meringue and send that home with her as well. And of course, our HD Shine. So definitely, Miss Stacey Abrams would be set with our basic hair care system.
All right, and now we have Miss Yvette Simpson. She is a political journalist for ABC. For this look that she's wearing, I would definitely pre-shampoo her with our carbon system, because we want to detoxify and purify her scalp, and also nourish her hair. That's going to have the extensions added. I would then send her home with our leave-in conditioner so that she can keep that hair moisturized for daily moisture, as well as our rapid foam. And it's going to help to tame it's going to help to tame loose hairs and also refreshen her ends. So this is going to help her to maintain her flawless, beautiful look.
Yes. Our Vice President of the United States, Miss Kamala Harris, wears her tresses sleek, chic, and with lots of body. Clients who want this look can use our Boost system, but really we have several systems that we could definitely utilize, whether it's carbon, our one-step, our Hydrolock system. We could always get a sleek look out of this, but I would recommend, of course, our Boost system because it has quinoa in it for the strength, and it helps to enhance the color and vibrancy and its longevity of the color. I would also use and retail Shine Serum because that's going to be my heat protectant, and it's also great for flyaways. Our Texcure for the hair and scalp, because that's going to be nourishment. And of course, she cannot leave without our finisher, the HD Brilliant Shine. Is a look altogether.
Wonderful. All of these systems can be purchased at basichaircaresystems.com or a salon near you. We're just about everywhere. So all you have to do is go to the website and we can direct you where you need to go, or you can purchase them online. All licensed professionals, please register. So now I'd like to open up the feed so that we could take a few questions from our audience, our viewers. So we have Crystal Thomas. Good evening, ladies. Are your products in Northern New Jersey? I believe we have a rep in New Jersey, and I believe that's Mr.
Louis Bub.
Mr. Bubs. Mr. Bubs. But if you go to the website, customer service will be glad to give you where you can get where you can get basic products at the nearest place near you, nearest distributor near you. I'm sorry. I find as a stylist, even after recommending the right products and showing them how to use the correct basic products, it still amazes me and hurts me to see how many women and girls aren't happy with their texture. Well, who wants to take that question?
What I will say is that what I have found, because I've been doing natural hair before it was, I guess, trendy to be natural or what have you.
Right, Marsha.
Yes. So it is like they want their hair, they want to wear their natural hair, but they don't want it to have that textured look. They still want to have some resiliency of representing a relaxer. And yes, I can pull my hair and it's going to look like as if it's relaxed. But on some textures, it's not going to do that. It's still going to have that afro-y type of look to it. I love it. However, that's one reason why I do get my clients to embrace their fro. If you never embrace your fro, you're not going to embrace your texture, in my opinion.
Right.
Anyone else want to add to that? Thank you, Wanda, for that question. Miss Dana Crosby, panel, can you recommend for natural oily hair? So I think she's asking, what can we recommend for naturally oily hair?
I would definitely recommend our clarifying shampoo. Our clarifying shampoo will help remove those oils, but still leave your hair light with full body. Just like our United States Vice President, lots of body, sleek and chic.
That's how clarifying. I said, I'm not sure if you said the clarifying shampoo, but I mean, I love the clarifying shampoo that can be used alone all by itself, that doesn't strip the hair. They get scared of the word clarify, but our clarifying shampoo is dynamic. In fact, I use it on all of my clients, and especially those clients that are prone to be oily. That's the only shampoo I need to use. So that's great. Anyone else want to answer that question before we move on?
I do, because I have the same problem. My hair gets oily after about 3 or 4 days or so. So I definitely recommend our clarifying shampoo and our leave-in conditioner. And you see it, you still have your body.
Yes.
So Miss Nisi asked, I think she's talking about you, Marsha, in Charleston, South Carolina. Where are you located?
I am actually located in a town called Goose Creek, South Carolina, at Passion Slice Salon. So if you're in need of products or hair care, see me there.
Awesome. So we're going to get right back into the conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you for those questions, viewer. Please put your questions and your experiences in the feed so that we can address those things and have a conversation about those things. So I'm not sure if you all have had the opportunity to visit our website and notice that we have monthly features, a featured system. So let us show you what our boost system can do for you, because that's our feature for this month. Good evening. We are so excited about this next segment. Strong women, naked and unafraid. You know, we're all about healthy hair, but we're about the woman or man behind the healthy hair. Today, we have with us, joining us, the most talented licensed professional with over 30 years of experience. She has changed many lives right before our eyes. For women who are expressing their beauty naked and unafraid and want to change it up. And then some of those that are naked, but that are not ready to share their nakedness, let me say. This young lady puts the swag back into many, many, many women and men, offering commercial styles and replacement services that allow us to continue to express our beauty through hair. Our strong woman for this evening is Miss Shamil West from Smiley's Hair Clinic in Tucker, Georgia, also offering her own line of hair growth products, Celium Surge. Good evening, Smiley, and welcome to the Blue Table. We are so excited that you accepted our invitation and glad to have you.
Good evening, Frenchette. Thank you guys for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, yes, yes. So we're going to get right into it. As you know, I generally say strong women battling alopecia, naked and unafraid. But Smiley, I first want to recognize your community service, what you give back. I've had the pleasure of attending one of your fabulous events for colon cancer, for the Colon Cancer Foundation.
Mhm.
I also have had the opportunity to watch you transform a client right before my very eyes from the inside out. And what I mean by that, this reflects self-esteem. I know many clients come in, their head is down when they come in. They're down on their luck. They don't know what to do because they can't get their look right. They want their swag back, and you give that to them. So I ask you, what does that feel like when a client gets up out of your chair and you can tell they're gleaming. They came in dusty. They're gleaming when they leave you.
Right.
Tell us what that makes you feel like.
When they come initially for their consultation, I'm usually the last person that they come to. So by the time they get to me, they're worn down. They've spent a lot of money. They're discouraged. They don't think that they can get themselves back. Once we do the service, before we get there, we all cry and listen to the story together, and we're all crying together. And then when they come back and we do the actual service, and bring back their life and their vitality and make their crown look amazing, they start crying, which makes me cry again. But now it's tears of joy and happiness. So it's an amazing feeling for me, and that's why I love doing what I do.
Awesome, 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 Smiler. I know it's a transfer of energy.
Yes.
So what I want to know is what motivates you to continue to support the Cancer Foundation?
Well, I founded Smile for New Life Foundation in 2010, originally to bring awareness to the community about HIV, because I have a brother who's survived with HIV since the 80s, and he had really worked hard to get Black youths with HIV their counseling and housing and medical services, you know. But when our mom died in 2013 from colon cancer, and we found out that had she been aware of some things or have more knowledge about the disease, that she may not have died, that she could have lived a longer life, we decided to sit down with the board of directors and we discussed it and decided that we want to make this transition into this because we want to help people with transportation to and from the doctors. We want to help them get money for their prescriptions. We want to help them get treatment. And biggest, we want to help them get awareness about things to help them find out about it early enough to live, as opposed to just, you know, bear with it and die. And then we're finding out that they're getting younger and younger with colon cancer. A lot of it has to do with the food intake and other things as well. So we want them to get tested earlier. We want them to find out better ways to eat earlier. You know, it's really hard in the urban community to get this across. You know, so we try to give events every year so that we can make sure people in the community come out for a big fashion show and have fun, but at the same time, get some awareness and find out what's going on and what they can do for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, what I love is at your event, your recipients, their testimonies.
Yeah.
I can almost see it, the transformation, that when they came in, what it was like, and to look at them now, and then to see what their struggle was and that they're still alive. And then I recall being at your event and one of the ladies had just come out of surgery and she was still there. So, you know, I can see that they love the support that you give to them.
The biggest thing is, you know, colon cancer is the third highest cancer killer. Mm-hmm. And there's no walks really for cancer. There's no big parades. There's no big hoopla for colon cancer. And this is one thing that's really killing the urban community because of things that we don't know, you know.
You talked about your mom, and ordinarily and most commonly, people get involved because they've had a family member or themselves that have had this experience. And I guess what I'm hearing you say is before you have to tackle with the experience, just go ahead and get educated. Mm-hmm. So you're giving them education, and as well as, I know we've talked before, giving them the tools that they need to be checked.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know? So I think that's great. I want to talk about one of your contributors because they're near and dear to my heart.
Yes.
Basic Care is a contributor to your annual event through your sponsorship program. So what I do want is for you to let everyone know how they can get involved in supporting the Colon Cancer Foundation and getting informed so that they can share the information. Because even in our salons, that's something we can have in our salons to educate our clients, you know, because it also comes out through our hair. It's all connected. So let us know how they can get involved.
Okay, so Basic is not just a contributor. They're one of our platinum sponsors every year for the last 4 years. And I want to say thank you to them again. Without them, I don't know where we would be with this. But as far as reaching out first, we have www.smile4newlifefoundation.org. We also have a Facebook page, which is Smile4New Life. We also have Instagram, which is Smile4 New Life as well. We can also be reached at 678-515-7523. We love for people not just to donate, but to donate time or to donate non-perishables Because these people spend a lot of money for their treatment, and they could use food, they could use rides to and from the doctor. Sometimes they can use help with their prescriptions. So a lot of things would help. Even if it was just to donate to a research center, that would help a lot too.
Okay. Well, you just answered my next question. Basically, I'll put it out there just in case there's some more information you want to give.
Okay.
Bringing awareness and the importance of being aware of the cause for colon cancer. So if there's some more information you want to give on that, certainly I don't want to miss the opportunity and not ask the question. Certainly.
Those are the ways to reach out. We're fairly new. We've been doing it since 2014. We've just over the last 4 or 5 years been getting a lot of support.
Okay.
Because it took a while to really break the mold and let people know that we are here and we're going to be here. So I love support from anyone that could help us move forward. When we do these galas every year, we love to have hairstylists and fashion designers jump in. We've had a few that have been with us for several years, and they have really been a blessing to us. They come out, they do this they don't get paid. They come out and donate in their time, and I love it. And I really appreciate it all.
Awesome. So are there pamphlets that one can get from you if they locate you?
Yes.
To bring awareness to the cause?
Yes, we get them from the American Cancer Society in boxes.
Okay.
We can definitely send them out to people. We can drop them by their salons if they want. We can leave information about our galas. And every March, we try to do different types of fundraisers throughout the month of March, because March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month.
Got you. So those in your area in Georgia can reach out to you, but in the other surrounding areas and states, we can go to the American Cancer Society and get information and get involved, because I know that they are big advocates for certain forms of cancer, and it stands out. I do know that. So, Smiley.
Yes.
Your salon is a focused salon for basic hair care products, as we've already talked about, one of your large contributors.
Yes.
Why did you choose Basic Hair Care Systems to be exclusively your product in Smiley's Hair Clinic?
Well, I was introduced to the product line in 2014, and I fell in love immediately. So much that when I was asked to join as an educator, I was ecstatic. I wanted to be there, so I jumped on board immediately. I was and still am completely in love with this product. My hair clinic is exclusive to only basic hair care products and our hair growth line. And that's because this product, Basic Hair Care, has something for everyone. And I mean all types of textures, types of hair. And for the millennials, the C, B, whatever, curls, they have something for all of those curls, okay? And for someone suffering from skin and scalp disorders, we need something that's very healthy. We need something that's raw. We need something that's natural. And Basic is all of those things. So I would never use anything else again. They got me for life.
Pointed out the key thing that struck me when I first started using basic hair care products before even becoming an educator is that the products are more naturally derived. Yes. In today's world, we call it clean beauty. Right. People are more concerned about what they're putting in their body and what they're putting on their body. And that's what's great about our products is that we took that in consideration. We care about what's in the bottle. So, I know that's a drawer for clients today. And we just want to assure you that with basic products, they're more naturally derived, taking you and your body in consideration.
Absolutely.
So you deal with a lot of clients, Smiley, with different forms of hair loss. I know alopecia, all forms of alopecia is one, chemotherapy, clients that pull, just many things that cause hair loss.
Yes.
What is your special antidote using basic hair care products?
Well, I have several different antidotes, but the one I most use on my hair replacement clients is once I remove the unit from their head, if they're going to have it put back on, you have to treat the unit and treat the hair, the person's hair and scalp. So for the unit, we're going to use the clarifying shampoo around the edge, along with some stabilizer. The carbon stabilizer tends to make the adhesive dissolve a little. So that's one thing we'll use on their skin. I'll take the clarifying shampoo and put it only to the area where the adhesive is. And I rub it around. And once I comb it through, it comes right off when I shampoo it. Then I would treat their hair with whatever product, whichever system matches for their hair texture. But at the same time, I'm going to detox that scalp with the carbon because the unit is going back on top of their head. And you want to make sure that we got some protection going on underneath of there while they're wearing this system. So, and for the system, it depends on the system. So if the hair system is Afro kinky hair, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to use the Hydrolock because it softens that hair and moistens it for me to get through it. If the hair system is like Yaki texture, I'm going to use either the conditioning system or the boost system, depending on how it feels. For the wavier textures, I'm most likely going to use the boost system almost always because it smooths out that hair and keeps that curl nice and shiny and silky.
So now you just talked about the boost system.
Yeah.
We talked about our stabilizer. I want to bring our team back up because I want to talk about the boost system. That's our feature of the month, but as well as you talked about our stabilizer and the multiple uses for our stabilizer. And we do not want to miss the opportunity to bring attention to that because it is a diamond in the rough. So ladies, let's talk a little bit about the boost system, but as well as let's not forget to talk about the stabilizer that Smiley just talked about. We know she just talked about removing the units, but also we want to talk about our chemically treated hair after relaxers, color treated hair, and how we do that. But let's talk about our boost system first and what it does for our clients, our clientele, and our finances. Nikki, you're on mute.
Okay. What I really enjoy a lot about the boost system is that it is a protein system, but we also have a treatment that is a treatment that you leave in. There's not many on the market, if any, that you leave your treatment in because it's continuously working. You don't have to rinse this out. It's not going to make your hair feel hard. It's still nice, soft. It continuously gives it strong longevity. So I definitely like it as a whole, but that boost treatment spray, you gotta have that on deck as stock. That is our secret ingredient. You cannot buy this. It's for us.
Yes, and along with the boost, that can be used. The treatment can be used after our relaxers, but that secret weapon, that stabilizer, that carbon stabilizer is absolutely wonderful on relaxed hair. So it helps to bring back the vitality of the hair, and that's just right after you rinse the relaxer out. So you rinse the relaxer and you put the stabilizer on there. It's like, okay, do I need to do anything else? No, you still have to go through all the steps, but the hair feels magnificent and it's already bringing the pH down. It imparts shine into the hair and it gives those vital nutrients as well.
And just to add along with that, the boost system also enhances the color and allows the color to last even longer. That's one of the things that I use on my hair, especially when I'm treating it before I even go in and start to get a color. I want to prepare the hair. So that is one of the things that I definitely prepare the hair prior to, whether I do it after the color or prior to the color. Either way it goes, it works really well with the texture. Along with my thing is I love the stabilizer. Utilize it in all kind of ways. If somebody come in there with tangled hair, I know y'all see me do that where I actually mist the hair with the stabilizer and it helps detangle natural hair, especially when they're coming in from either wearing braids or any type of texture that's being braided down. That's one thing that's going to help with that. So I will mist that stabilizer in there. So those two are a staple that stays in the salon, definitely.
Absolutely, because we all know that boost is a beast because it does so much. I mean, you gotta add this to your product, to your line. You got to. It's also a fortifier. It's going to stop shedding and breakage on contact. I mean, when I see women sometimes walking around, sometimes guys too, especially that have that color, it's like cottony kind of thin, thin look to it. And that boost will literally bring that hair back to life. And after they receive that color, I definitely like to use that stabilizer to, just start that rebuilding process. you know, because anytime you're taking something away, you gotta add it back, and that's what basic does. We add food where it's needed in that hair so that it can perform the way it's supposed to. If it's not balanced, you're not gonna have shiny hair. You're not gonna have bouncy, flowy hair. You're not. It's important that that hair is balanced. Basic hair care is your answer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I love is we just talked about products that are pre and post products. We talk about pre products, which is prepping the hair for whatever that service is to come, and then that post product to maintain the integrity of the hair and protect the hair afterwards.
Right.
So I could not take the opportunity to talk about our stabilizer and to go into our boost a little bit more. And our audience obviously knows about it because our viewers are saying it is a beast.
Right.
Yes.
So we had to do that. So now, Smiley, we are glad to have you here. We have, I believe this young lady is from your area, Ayanna Presley, a photo of her,
Yes.
U.S. representative. Want to know what you would recommend for her usage because she is unapologetically naked and not afraid.
Right.
Naked and unafraid. And she's gorgeous. Tell us what you would use on her or what you would retail to her for her service.
For what Miss Presley has, it's called alopecia universalis, which means she doesn't have any hair at all. And most people with with alopecia universalis, they usually have overactive sebaceous glands, so the scalp can be a little oily. So for her, for the summer months, I would say to use the facial cleanser on her scalp daily.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because it's a deep, gentle cleanser, and it's a pre-treatment for whatever she plans to do next. It gets deep in the pores, and it'll actually protect the scalp for whatever's coming up next. The next thing I would do is probably the carbon shampoo system, maybe 2 to 3 times a week, because it will detoxify that skin that's been exposed to the outside elements. The tea tree will soothe the skin from any sun damage, and the activated charcoal will heal and seal the skin with protection for the future. As a daily moisturizer, I would say use the enhancing cream because it's like putting a lotion on her scalp, but it's not greasy, so the sun won't cook her scalp. And that would be what I recommend for the summer.
Awesome. What I love about your services, Smiley, is that you are retailing to your clients, but you also are sharing with your clients how to protect themselves seasonally, because a lot of clients will use the same products throughout the whole year and wonder why their hair is not responding. Because they need what, team? A consultation and analyzation to determine what their needs are with their hair, just like they need it with their inner body as well. Right. So thank you again. You know what I want to point out too is she is naked and unafraid. But I brought up this term earlier about our hair being our crown and glory. We have to be respectful of others because not everybody has had the opportunity to have long hair, short hair, or any hair at all. So we have to be respectful of that, and we have to be strong in who we are.
That's right.
So I want to take the opportunity. Charlie, you shared a story with me.
Yeah.
And I want you to share that story, and I pray that I keep my composure today. I want you to share that story because what you don't understand is that reflects many women today.
Right.
And women yesterday as well.
Right.
And women to come. So please share that story.
Okay. Well, I have a client who's been with me since 2007. And when people have hair loss issues, there's a lot of things that we with hair don't think about. So she tells me that she was getting ready to get married in a few months, and she was referred to me to get her first hair system. She said she started thinning and losing her hair when she was about 10 years old. And one day, because of that, she was wearing wigs. And back then, wigs had just a regular bang and down. That's it. There was no no lace fronts, no none of that stuff back then. So when one day in school, she got the pencil on the floor, and her friend bent over to pick it up, bumped heads, and her wig came off. And all through school, all the rest of high school and middle school, she was known as the girl with the wig. She said she's never learned how to swim because she was afraid that her hair would come off. She's never been on amusement park rides because she was afraid her hair would come off. Like, these are things that we don't think about when you think about hair. Like, when she was telling me this story, I was just in shock. So when I go to do her hair for her wedding, she said she's never had her hair pulled off her face because, again, wigs had bangs and that was it. So we gave her a hair system, and we flat double twisted her hair up, almost like how your hair is, Frenchie, with the curls in the top with her princess tiara on. And when we turned it to the mirror, her mother, the bridesmaids, everybody broke down crying. We were crying. We had to do her makeup all over again. It was just, it was joyous, but at the same time, I'm getting choked up. It's just, you know, and I keep that story in my mind all the time when I think about these people, because like I said, we don't think about that. In 2017, I promised my clients I would do something for them. I shaved my head bald in 2017 and went bald and did it live. I got a video of it on my YouTube and it's on my website to show them that I care this much about you, that I can do this just so I can walk your walk for a little while and see what it feels like. But I honestly, I didn't walk their walk because my hair grew back and some of theirs doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
Just that.
We definitely have to be mindful of that when we say that in our culture and outside of our culture, because it's not that it affects our culture, it affects all cultures. And some experiences are worse than others.
Right.
So what I'd like to do now is open up the feed for us to take questions from our viewers. Get a little engagement going on. So what we have going on here? What questions do we have coming in? Team, is there anything that you'd like to address that we haven't addressed this evening as it relates to unapologetically textured, naked and unafraid, the boost treatment? Okay, we have a question coming up. Miss Crystal Thomas.
That's my cousin.
I went from natural to relaxed. I really want to go back to being natural. What's your suggestion? It sounds like that's for you, Smiley.
Yes.
But the whole team can answer that as well. Anyone want to jump in?
Natural. That's your suggestion. Are you going to keep it short or are you trying to go long? Because I know you kind of keep it short now. If you're going to keep it short, I would just say, you know, start trimming it off, use the boost system a few times in between using the moisturizing system, alternate between those. Unless, are you going to be pressing? What are you going to do with your hair when you go natural? That's what I want to know.
Okay, we'll take the next question because she's not up. Okay, Crystal Coleman Johnson. I want to get my natural hair together without crochet styles. Nikki, I need some suggestions on what I can do. You know my hair draws up in a way too tight to leave it out.
Yes. Thanks, Crystal, for the question. We definitely have to work on training your hair. We have to be the ones to tell the hair what we want it to do and it not tell us what it's going to do. So that's going to come along with some treatment of getting your hair balanced and properly going into, one of our systems. But a lot of times, most naturalistas deal with dry hair. So we definitely want to do a hydrolock and then a boost. And boost is going to give you the versatility so that we can see what your curl pattern looks like. So come on in for a consultation and let's begin the process. It's going to be work now. It's going to be work. So
I want to have that conversation because
Okay.
it is the misconception that natural textures are the easiest way to go. And that's not true. Our products make it easier, but the texture does not make it easier.
No.
So let's have that conversation, team. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say to those of you that are natural and those of you that are thinking about or transitioning into natural, the most important thing is you got to understand your hair. You got to understand your hair. You have to understand how that hair operates. Okay, so once you get that down, it'll be more manageable. We here at Basic Hair Care, we understand that. We studied the science behind the hair. We know exactly what the hair needs. We know that balance is everything, because you can't go from having your hair natural all this time, it's dry, it's all tight, and then you expect to just wake up tomorrow and your curls are just bouncing and behaving. No, just keep in mind, it's a process. You need to come and see a basic licensed cosmetologist, and we can help to transform your hair to get it to where you want it to be.
Just want to add to that too. The hair talks to you. You just have to listen. And it's
Yeah.
going to tell you a lot of times when you're going in training, I know if I go in a certain direction, that hair is going to say, I want to go in that direction. You sometimes have to, almost like working out, you have to shock the hair and knowing that you cannot use the same product all the time. You may use from boost system one time and then go to the hydrolyte system. So it's called working your muscle out in your hair texture to know exactly when it needs it, just like the different stages that the hair go through. Whether you're going to know it or not, it's going to be a time when it sheds, grow, and stand still. What stage are you at? And understand that when you talk to hair, it's going to talk back to you.
Absolutely.
Yes, it does.
Marsha, you're on mute.
Yes, and this whole conversation about the hair talking to you. Yes, even with locks. I had a head of locks for a show one time, and just looking at them, it talks to you. It tells you when the hair started to thin out, meaning that they went through something, whether it was medication, a surgery, the hair being twisted too tight, or what have you, like that. So you have to be very careful. You have to read that hair to know what it needs. And like we have a patent pending bottle coming out. It's a porosity bottle that helps you determine the porosity in the hair so that you know what that hair is doing and what it's going to need. So look out for that.
The hair talks back. The hair talks back. Well, we have a question that's sitting before us. Are our products for men with dry hair
Oh,
or
Yeah.
definitely.
in general? It has no ethnicity, no sexual gender, no gender. It is specific to your hair needs.
And check out his name. It says
Have
just
men-
balance.
Just
Just-
Just balance.
That's
Would you say
exactly
Nick-
what you'll have to do. His name is just balance. That's
Okay.
exactly what you'll have to do to combat that dry hair. It's
Yeah.
just balance.
Absolutely. But we also have a men's line, basics men's line, grooming line. So check that out as well. But our products across the board are for men and women. Our next question is from, I don't want to mess up his last name, but I'll say Mr. Leroy. What is the best way to identify the type of hair you have and what products would work best for it?
Well, I'm going to say that basic products are universal. Um, we have products for every single situation, condition, whatever. We have something for everybody. We work in systems. So just understanding, the importance of balance, it's going to let you know exactly what the hair needs. That's what we've been talking about. And as far as your texture goes, there are different textures. So you literally have to do a consultation with you and and do an analyzation so that we can see exactly where you are and get those questions answered, because it's impossible to do without seeing without actually touching, seeing, feeling your hair.
Yeah. So to answer your question, Mr. Leroy, the best way to identify the type of hair you have and what product would be best for it is to schedule a consultation with one of these lovely ladies or myself and any other of our basic hair care educators and stylists across the country.
Oh yeah.
Now, I just want to say this too. One word that you constantly hearing us say on here is consultation. Find that cosmetological entrepreneur that is doing consultations, because that way you're not wasting time with buying certain things that's not going to be utilized the best for you. So if they're coming in, the first thing you should do is a comfortable conversation and a comfortable consultation before you receive any services, even a shampoo and style. you still have to make sure you maintain that.
Well,
So
our next question,
yes,
I'm sorry, I was getting one. Our next question is from Miss Candace. I want to first thank you for asking the question.
yes.
I have a question. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I've been using the basic system for 3 years, and I feel that I am not using the product correctly. When after using the one-step system on the next visit, do you use the boost system or the conditioning shampoo system?
Oh goodness, I will answer that one. Can I?
I
Please.
saw her itchy. I saw her itchy.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna let you handle that.
First of all, we have to understand that the one-step smoothing system is a protein conditioning treatment system. So if you have just given your client the one-step smoothing system, protein, you definitely would not follow up with a boost conditioning treatment system. My recommendation for you is, because I'm going to say some cosmetologists, I'm not going to say all, you have to constantly analyze your client's hair when they come in. You can't assume, what they need, because you don't know what your clients are doing while they are away from you. So if your client comes in, for example, and they have the one-step smoothing system, that hair is feeling dry, you got to go in with the hydrolock system. So it's about understanding the system. Now we do offer classes. We're going to have online classes, and I do recommend, because we are very detailed with our information. We answer questions. We give live demonstrations. I do recommend highly that you take one of our classes, or you can just reach out to one of us, because one thing about basic hair care, we are hands-on. You can pick up the phone. You can call us if you have a question or a situation, and we will be more than happy, to help you with that. But it's very important that you do a consultation and analyzation, because it could be a situation where maybe that client should not have even gotten the one-step smoothing system, because if that hair is not balanced, they shouldn't be receiving that one step anyway, because you need to balance their hair out first. So it's kind of, I would just say, please reach out to one of us, or just look for one of our classes. Where do they go for that?
I would like to ask what area
Yes.
they're in, so that we can make sure that they
Yeah.
sufficiently get with someone that can help them. But as well as they can call the home office, Basic Hair Care, and that all of that is on the website, Basic Hair
Yes.
Care Systems or Basic Hair Care Pro. If you're a stylist, look for the 800 number, and you can call home office, and they'll direct you to one of us,
Yes.
someone in your area. If you want to put your area in before we end the show, by all means do that, and we'll respond. So our next question is from Miss Dana Crosby. What makes Boost better than the basic products I'm already using?
Good question. Good question. Hey, friend. Uh, the boost, we're not saying that it's better. This is a whole system. So we prescribe and we diagnose what system you should use according to what the hair is telling us. Remember, Micheline said the hair is telling us a story, and your hair will tell us what system we're using. So we have a whole 90-day program where we can put our clients on to help get their hair balanced. You hear us talking about getting the hair balanced. Well, you have to have a healthy dose of hydration in your hair, and a healthy dose of protein that's going to lock in that hydration to help maintain the balance. In your situation, I know you mentioned earlier that your hair is oily, so you wouldn't need the hydration, but the boost is definitely one of those treatments that you could probably get every 6 weeks or so. Thanks for that question. That was a good one.
Okay, Miss Jai. Is clarifying shampoo good for hair that may be dry versus oily to remove buildup from products used daily? Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I'll take that question because that's one of my favorites. Our clarifying shampoo is good for all textures and all circumstances, and it can be used in several different ways. So for those clients that are oily, that might be the only shampoo you use. For those clients that have buildup, it would be your first shampoo to start softening up some of that buildup or getting rid of some of that buildup. And then maybe you want to go in with our carbon tea tree system and use that as our detoxing shampoo. But our clarifying shampoo will gently get off of that residue if you are shampooing your hair regularly. Now, if you're talking about your co-washers and so forth and so on, our clarifying shampoo will do surface for it, but our carbon detox, carbon tea tree shampoo will do the job for you as well. So I would combine those two. When I say combine those, use your clarifying shampoo first, then use your carbon shampoo second, and then follow up with the system.
Yeah.
Would anyone else like to add to that?
You cleared it.
Spot on. You got it, friend.
All
You
righty, all righty,
Yeah.
all righty. Okay, so we have definitely had a wonderful conversation this evening.
Yeah.
And it's been informative,
Mhm.
thought-provoking, and also emotional. Strong women, strong hair. I'll ask you again, are you a strong woman? Do you have strong hair?
Yes.
So I know as many of you women out there are unapologetically textured, and it's okay. Some of you are naked and afraid, and that is absolutely okay.
Yes.
I'm going to use a quote from one of my business partners, colleagues, and friends. Just be you wherever you are. Just be you. So join us next month on Sunday, April 25th, right here. As Micheline always says, don't meet us there, but beat us there. 7 p.m. But take a note, this is going to be on a different day. It's going to be on a Sunday. We're going to be celebrating National Hairstylist Appreciation Day. If you're a hairstylist, you don't want to miss it. And if
Right.
you're an end user, you don't want to miss it either because you want to support your hairstylist.
Right.
Come on in, without a doubt. And listen, if you would like to be a future guest at the Blue Table, please email us at theuniversityofbasic.com. Again, at theuniversitybasic.com if you'd like to be a future guest at the Blue Table.
Well, the email is universityofbasic@gmail.com.
I'm sorry, at gmail.com.
To make sure we get it. To make sure we get it.
Thank you for that, Nikki.
Yes.
So as we close out the night, from the Basic Hair Care team, we thank you for tuning in with us for Basics Blue Table Talk, where we talk back. You all have a good night. And again, thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.